like, oh fuck.
So I meant to make this video. Well, I didn't mean to make this video yesterday, but this was something that was on my mind not last night, 2 nights ago. I had yesterday morning, not even 2 nights ago, yesterday morning, I had one of the realest dreams ever. Like, the dream was so real. It was around 9-10. I had like fell asleep, took a little nap. I don't take naps, but it was on accident. I fell asleep on accident. So about like 9 to 10, I accidentally fell asleep, took a nap, and then I woke up, and my dream was so real that like I acted upon that dream in real life. Guess what the dream was? The dream was one of my biggest regrets. Now, I want to make a disclaimer before I even continue making this video. Yes, even though this video is me talking about a regret that I have, I don't need anybody saying, I told you so, you should have never blah, 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 because I honestly don't care. Like, I don't care. This is just me talking about a regret that I have. Yeah, I know I can't go back in time, so I just have to live like in my future, but this is me talking about one of my regrets. I don't need anybody saying, I told you so, or you should have never blah blah blah, because like I just said, I don't care.
Hey, yo, block.
Because I am hard, you will not like me.
Alright, so it's kind of loud in here, but if you've been watching me, you know, or if you've been watching me, or if you know me, sorry my lips are kind of dry because I'm eating, but if you've been watching me, or if you know me for a minute, you know that I went to the Air Force Academy. And if you don't know what the Air Force Academy is, do like a 5-second Google search up. It's not me enlisting in the Air Force, but it's me going to the Air Force Academy to graduate after 4 years and become an officer in the Air Force Academy. I mean, officer in the Air Force. You gotta have a super high GPA to get in. You gotta have good test scores to get in. You gotta have good community reach to get in. You need recommendations by like people of power. You need all of these things. Like, they even called my teachers one by one asking how I was in class, and I didn't even know until my teachers told me. It's a very special place. I went there, I was class of 2020, I was a senior, I graduated, and then basic training started June 23rd. We got out of school, I think June 5th. My school always got out later because our breaks during the school year were longer, so our summer break was a little bit shorter, which we went through for 4 years, so we were all used to it. We got out of school, I believe, I think I graduated June 5th. Basic training started June 23rd. So I had 18 days of summer before I went off to basic training in Colorado, 1,000 miles away from home, 2 hours behind, blah, 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 you already know. And basic training, you know, it was rough, not rough physically, but rough mentally, and not mentally like them yelling, mentally because I went into basic training expecting to get a workout. Like, in reality, basic training is just a big workout. It's just a big workout. But we had got a new commandant. If you don't know what that is, it's like the person that's under the superintendent. The superintendent would be the chancellor. And then, so the commandant is under him. So she was new to the school. She didn't even go to the Air Force Academy, blah, blah, blah. So she changed a lot of the rules up. They couldn't tell us, like, give me 15 push-ups or do this. Like, they couldn't tell us to do certain things when it came to working out. Our basic training was really, like, knowledge, like reading our books about it's called the contrails, reading our contrails about the Air Force, blah blah blah. Like, basic training it was a movie. But when I look back, it's hilarious because it was just hilarious. Like, I never thought that I would make it out of basic training. it was anyway. So I was at the Air Force Academy, and when school started, like I was in there for a while. I was iffy about being at the place. Like I don't know what was the initial moment where I became getting iffy about the place, but I just started getting iffy about the place. I feel like me being black at that place also had a big effect on my experience being there. Felt like one thing that doesn't sit right with me is people picking on people. And I guess in the military, yes, in the military there's rank, but that doesn't mean you pick on people. And it was like the upperclassmen, these white rich upperclassmen felt so entitled that they could, like, us as a freshman, they could pick on us as freshmen. When you're a freshman first semester, you gotta do certain things, and the upperclassmen can also like try and like not haze you, but try and, you feel me, like try and like boss you around. And me, I'm not going for that, because one, I'm already black at a school that has 4,000 kids, the size of my high school, and this school is 5% black people. So I'm already black, and there's 5% of us here out of 4,000. And now I got rich white kids who ain't never had to struggle a day in their life trying to tell me what to do. Like, no, that just doesn't sit right with me. I don't care if it's one semester I gotta go through this, and then after this semester I'm straight. At that point in time, I just didn't want to do it, period. I'm a person like that. I'm not about to stick something out that I really don't like. That's something that I really didn't like, especially coming from other rich white kids. Feel however you want to feel, but you weren't in my shoes, so I don't care how you feel, honestly, because this is about me right now. All of that happened, and every single day I was just getting closer and closer to, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. It's like my mind just kept telling myself that I don't want to be here anymore. I didn't really feel like my place there. My grades were slipping, my classes were super hard, but I mean, that's the Air Force Academy. I feel like the courses were actually very rigorous. Some of the most rigorous I've ever had in my life. I don't know how they would be now, because of course I've had declared my major. I believe I would have declared my major already. But freshman year, this, and then also COVID. I honestly think if COVID never happened, I would probably still be there right now. But COVID changed everything. We didn't have that many in-person classes, so a lot of the times we were in our room. And the reason I didn't like being in my room, because in my squad, I mean, like, you have certain rules. Like, the freshmen had to have their doors open at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm not opening my door at 7 o'clock in the morning. That means we have to be up and dressed at 7 o'clock in the morning, because if someone of authority walks past our room and we're not ready, then we could, quote unquote, get in trouble or get disciplined, blah, blah, blah. Just stupid stuff like that I didn't feel like going through. I felt like I was restrained there. And then this is also a time that I wanted to do YouTube a lot. This is when I had got my camera in the mail. My dad sent me my camera. So I was just trying to do videos and stuff like that, and then I got close. I just was thinking, like, I want to be a YouTuber. I don't want to be in the military, because say I graduate and then one day I get a phone call, now I got to get deployed for how many ever months, how many ever years, in a whole different place. It's like, you can't live your life the way you want to. I mean, you probably can, but I honestly don't care. The dream was, I had a dream. Well, obviously I had a dream, like Martin Luther King didn't, not funny, okay. I had a dream that I was back at the Air Force Academy, and like I was saying hi to everybody. I was like asking my AOC I was telling my AOC that I'm ready to come back. I was walking through like the dorm, finding my squad, because we was 22 Raptors, blah, blah, blah. I just felt like I was back at the academy. And when I tell you, I've had so many dreams about me being back at the academy, and the only reason that I really regret leaving the academy is because of where I am right now. And when I say right now, I'm not talking about like mentally or like YouTube wise. Life would have just been set up for me if I were still at the academy. And right now, sometimes I struggle with things, and I think if I were at the academy, I wouldn't have to worry about that anymore. So that's really the reason why, like, I still dream about it sometimes. But I feel like sooner than later, I'm gonna like get away from it and not really worry about it anymore. But I still, once again, I don't need those people in my life who say I told you so, blah, blah, blah. I only need support. I only need motivation. So if you have anything to say that sounds like that, just don't even say anything at all. I'm telling you to shut up right now. Don't even say it. Once again, if I never left the academy though, I wouldn't have met all the people that I've met in my life right now. I wouldn't have had the experience of me getting my own apartment at 18 and like having my own space, being on my own. I don't think I'd be at 1.4K. I'd probably be at more. See, people that go there, they make videos about the school. I don't want to make videos about the school. I want to make videos about me. So all my following, like, I wouldn't be able to say everything that I've said up coming to this day. I wouldn't have my tattoos. You know, a lot of character development wouldn't have existed if I was still there. So I'm happy where I'm at in life right now. Well, I'm not happy where I'm at in life right now, but I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be where I'm at. That was my biggest regret, and I dream about it, and it eats me up. But I do want to let people know that it is okay to have regrets, because people say live life with no regrets. But if we be realistic, that's almost impossible, because you're going to make a decision today. I've said this millions of times. You're going to make a decision today that a couple years later, a couple months later, a couple weeks later, a couple days later, that you'll eventually regret, because once again, character development happens, and then we all change as people. We all experience so many different things, so we look back in life and then we be like, maybe I could have done that different. I do regret that, blah blah blah. So regret is inevitable. It's impossible to not regret anything, and if somebody does say that, I'm gonna just believe that they're lying, because there's at least one thing that we've all regretted in our lifetime, and for me, it's leaving the Air Force Academy. But once again, everything works out in God's favor. Like, God knows what He wants to do with me. So that was the, I really should have, like, the message, I could have said it better. I could have, you know, y'all know how I do my videos, but I'm about to go to the gym. I'm about to eat these noodles, then change, then go to the gym, come back, edit. Thank y'all for watching. I'm trying to upload every single day. I have no excuses. I'm just trying to upload every single day, and I'm trying to, like, I don't think I want to go to any parties this weekend because it's a Friday. I really just want to stay in. I really want to, like, try and be more out the way, you know, because I feel like people see me a lot, and I want to just, like, learn how to fly under, like, not be seen. It's something that I'm gonna try and, like, kick into. You feel me? Thank you for watching this video. I'll see y'all tomorrow.